Hello, my dear children. Good morning, all. I hope all of you are doing good. So, this is our seventh video of chapter 1 When a Letter Reaches the Computer. We have already completed all the topics of this chapter in our previous classes. So, today we'll revise this chapter. So, let's start our class. So, these are the topics to be discussed in this chapter. First of all, we have learned keyboard layout. Then we have studied about a practice typing software KTouch. Then we have learned what is called as text. Then we have studied about the word processors, different word processors and their developers. Then we have done an activity that is typing a poem. Then we have studied about other input methods, that is text from books and text from speech. Then we have learned text editing. In that we have learned how to add a word to dictionary and how to correct a spelling of the word. Then we have learned about workspaces, how to work with different workspaces and all. Then we have learned how to copy from one file to another. That was one of our activity, that is copying a file. Then we have learned how to create folders and subfolders. Then we have learned how to save a file. Then we have learned about different tools used in LibreOffice Writer software. Then we have studied how to beautify the characters, that is changing the styles of the heading. Then we have done an activity, that is paragraph formatting. Then we have studied how to insert pictures in the file. Then some shortcut keys with which we can perform the operations in LibreOffice Writer only by using the keyboard. Then we have studied output from the computer. We have studied about different input and output devices. Then we have done an activity, that is machine reading. So in your textbook only 4 topics are mentioned as activities, but actually we have more activities in this chapter. That is here I have mentioned the activities that we have to do in this chapter. Practice typing using KTouch software. It is an activity. It will not come for your exam. It is just to test our typing speed and to help us to increase our typing speed. Then typing a poem. Then adding a word to dictionary. Correcting the spelling of a word. Copying from one file to another. Saving the file. Creating folders and subfolders. Beautifying the characters. Paragraph formatting. Inserting pictures. Machine reading, then find and replace a word. All these are the activities that we have to do in this chapter. So in this chapter, we have learned how to use the word processing software called LibreOffice Writer. How to open the software? For that, we have to go to Applications. From that, select Office. From that, select LibreOffice Writer. Now, the LibreOffice Writer software will be opened. Now we have studied how to type in this LibreOffice Writer. Here we can see a black vertical blinking line, that is called cursor. Now when we type anything, that cursor will move to that position. So our first activity was to type a poem that is given in our textbook, that is called Taj Mahal. So in our previous classes, we have learned how to type the poem. The poem is already typed. Then while typing, it is natural to make mistakes, and we have studied how to correct the mistakes, right? For that we have a backspace key and a delete key in our keyboard. Now I am going to place this cursor here in between the two words Taj and Mahal. If I click on the backspace key, the letters to the left side of the cursor will be deleted. See, the letters on the left side of the cursor got deleted. Now if I click on the delete key, the letters on the right side of the cursor will be deleted. See. So by using this backspace key and delete key, we can correct the mistakes that we have done while typing. While typing, if we have made any mistakes, we can see a red line under that word. That means this word is not included in the dictionary. So what to do? How we can include that word to dictionary? We have to right click on this word, then we have a option add to dictionary. If we click on that add to dictionary option, this word will be included in the dictionary and that red line under this word has gone. If we want to remove that red line under the word, but if we don't want to include that word into dictionary, how to do that? We have here we can see a red line under this word Tagore. How to remove this red line without adding this word to dictionary? Right click on that word and we have ignore all or ignore options. We can select that. Now this word is not included in the dictionary, but that red line under that word has gone. So these are some of the methods how to correct the mistakes that we do while typing the text. Then we have studied what is cut, copy, paste options and also the shortcut keys to do these operations. So let's refresh it once more. I'm going to select this word Taj Mahal. How to cut this word? Either I can click on this cut button on the toolbar or I can click on Ctrl plus X keys on the keyboard. Now that word is removed. How to paste it back? For that we have to click on the space tool in the toolbar or we can click on Ctrl plus V keys in the keyboard. See, now the word is pasted here. If we want to paste it somewhere else, we have to place the cursor in the position where we have to paste that text. Now I have placed the cursor here in the first line of the poem. Now I can click on this paste button or I can click on Ctrl plus V keys in our keyboard. See, that word is pasted here. Now to remove whatever operations that we have done just now, we have an undo tool in the toolbar. Here we have an undo tool in the toolbar. Either we can click on that or we can click on Ctrl plus Z keys in our keyboard. Now the changes that we have made just now has been removed. Then how to copy and paste? First of all we have to select the text. Then we have a copy tool here in the toolbar or we can click on Ctrl plus C keys in our keyboard. Now the selected text has been copied. Now I am going to paste it here. Either we have to click on the space tool or Ctrl plus V. Now that copied text is pasted here. If we want to paste it somewhere else, what we have to do? Place the cursor where we have to paste the copied text. Then we can click on this paste button or we can click on Ctrl plus V keys in our keyboard. So that's all about cut, copy, paste and undo. Then how to change the font color, font size, font style of the text. For that we will select this heading Taj Mahal. We can change its style by clicking here in the style box. We can select the required style from here. Now currently it is heading 1 style. We can click on heading 2 style. See, the style has been changed. Now we can change the font of this text by clicking on this font name tool. Click on that. Then we can select the required font from here. I am going to select Liberation Mono. Now the font has been changed. Now how to change the size of this font? For that we have a font size tool here. Click on that. Then select the required font size. I am going to select 32. Now the size has been changed. Now how to change the color of the font? For that we have a font color tool. Click on that and select the required color. I am going to select blue. Now the color of this selected text has been changed. Now how to align this to left, right or center of the page? For that we have alignment tools here. This is left alignment. Currently the selected text is in the left of the page. Then we have center alignment tool, right alignment tool. So if I click on this center alignment tool, the selected text will be aligned at the center of this page. Now we have a justify tool in the alignment tool. Let's see for what it is used. Now consider this paragraph. It is currently in left alignment position. I am going to click on this justifying tool. Now the borders at the left and right side of this paragraph is equally aligned. For that we are using this justifying tool. Then here we have a line spacing tool. Click on that and we have various line spacing options. Spacing 1, 1.15, 1.5, 2, etc. So we can select the required line spacing option from this box. I am going to select spacing 1.5. Now see the changes. The space in between the lines of this paragraph is increased to spacing 1.5. Then we have studied paragraph formatting. Paragraph formatting means how much space we should give before the text, after the text, below and above the paragraph. Then how much space should be given in between the lines of the paragraph. Then selecting borders for the paragraph, etc. All these things comes under paragraph formatting. For that, first of all, we have to select a paragraph. Then from format menu, we have to select paragraph option. Then a window appears. Here we have indents and spacing. Here we can give how much space should be given before the text, after the text, before the first line, then spacing before the paragraph, below the paragraph, then line spacing. Then we have a borders tab here. Click on that. Here various borders are available. We have no borders, then four-sided borders, then borders on left and right side only, borders at the top and bottom only, then border on the left side only. From this we can select the required borders. So in our activity we have selected top and bottom borders only. So after giving the required measurements and selecting the required borders, we can click on this OK button. That's how we have given the borders to this paragraph and adjusted the spacing in this paragraph. That is paragraph formatting. Then we have studied how to save this file. For that we have a save tool here, or we can click on the file and select save. When we select the save option, a window appears. There we have to select the folder in which the file should be saved. Then we have to give a name for this file. Then after that we have to click on the save button. Then already saved file, if we have made some changes to that, we can save that changes again by just clicking on this save button. Then if we want to save the same file with another name, we can either click on this arrow mark on the save button and select the save as option, or from file menu we have to select save as option. Then a window appears. We can change the name here. After giving the new name, we can click on this save button. So that's how we save a file, then save changes made to the file, or save the same file with a new name. Then we have studied how to insert a picture in the file. For that we have a insert image tool here in the toolbar, or from insert menu we can select image option. Then a window appears. From here on the left side we have to select the folder in which the required image is saved. From that we have to select the required image. Then we have to click on this open button. Then the image will be inserted. Then in order to select the inserted image, click on that image. We can see many small blue colored squares around this image. By clicking and dragging on these squares, we can adjust the size of the image. Also, by clicking and dragging this image, we can change the position of the image. So that's how we can insert images in the file. Then we have studied how to create folders and subfolders. For that we have to place the mouse pointer on the empty space where we want to create the folder. Then right click the mouse. Then we can see a new folder option. Click on that. Then we have to give the name for the folder. I am giving ABC. Then after that click on this create button. Now a folder named ABC is created here. Now what is subfolders? Folders within folders is known as subfolders. So how to create subfolders? It is in the same manner that we have created the folder. Now I am going to create subfolders inside this folder ABC. Open this folder ABC by double clicking on that. Now we have opened it. Now we have opened the folder named ABC. Now I am going to create subfolders inside this main folder called ABC. How we can create it? Right click the mouse, select this new folder option, then give a name DEF. Then click on this create button. So this is how we can create folders and subfolders. Then we have done an activity called machine reading. For that we have to select a text, then from applications, sound and video, open G Speaker.
Welcome in Speaker.
This is G Speaker application. Here whatever we have typed in this box, when we click on this play button, we can hear that. So we have selected this Taj Mahal text from our file. I am going to paste it here. Now if I click on this play button, I can hear it.
Taj Mahal.
So that is the application called G Speaker, and that was our activity machine reading. So in a textbook, in extended activities, 3 questions are given. First one is look at the nursery rhyme given below. A nursery rhyme is given here. Then can you guess what the next line of the song would be? Complete the poem by typing necessary lines and copy paste the lines that are repeated. Then replace the word green with the word blue in the text using find and replace. So we have to type this poem in LibreOffice Writer. Then repeated lines we can use copy and paste tools. Then at last we have to replace the word green in this poem with the word blue by using find and replace. So this is our first activity. Now let's type the nursery rhyme that is given in our textbook. Okay, now the next line is again the repetition of the previous line and green grass grew. So do I have to type that same line again? No, I can copy and paste it. How to do that? I have to select this line. Then I can click on this copy tool, or I can click on Ctrl plus C keys in the keyboard. Then bring the cursor here, then I have to paste it here. Either I can click on this paste tool in the toolbar, or I can click on Ctrl plus V to Ctrl plus V keys in the keyboard. If we have repetition of same line, we no need to type it again. We can copy and paste it. So in this way we can complete this poem. Okay, now I have completed this poem. Now let's give a title to this poem. I am going to give the name Tree. Now we can change the style of this heading. Select that, click on the style box. I am going to select title. Now we will change the font by clicking here. I will select Liberation Mono. Now we can change the font size by clicking here. I am going to select 32. Now I am going to change the color of this font. Click here on the font color tool. Then I will select red color. Now I am going to select the lines of this poem. I am going to set the line spacing as 1.5. Now our activity is to find the word green in this poem and replace it with the word blue by using find and replace tool. For that we have a find and replace tool here in the toolbar. Either we can click on this tool or we can click on Ctrl plus H keys in our keyboard. Now a window appears. We can type here green. We have to find the word green, then we have to replace it with blue. We have to replace all the words green into blue. So we have to select this option, replace all. Then close. Now we can see the word green has been replaced with the word blue. See here, and blue grass grew and bluegrass grew and bluegrass grew around. Now how to find a word? For that we have to click on Ctrl plus F keys in the keyboard. We can give the word to find in the text here. I am going to type blue. Then click on enter button. See, the word blue is selected. Now when I click on this find next arrow mark, the next blue is selected. Again I am going to click on this find next arrow mark. The next blue is selected. If I click on this find previous arrow mark, the previous blue will be selected. Again if I click on this find previous, the previous blue will be selected. So this was our activity, that is to type this poem and to find the word green and replace it with the word blue in the poem. Then second question is, to copy a portion of the text from the word processor, we usually select the text by dragging the mouse from the beginning to the end of the text. There are some other ways also to select a text. Place the cursor on the text and do the activities given below and complete the table. So here a table is given, then with two columns. First column is activity and second column is result. We will do this activity and you have to draw this table in your notebook and you have to complete this table as a homework. Now let's do our second activity. We have to place the cursor on the text and we have to do the activities given in our textbook. What is the first one? That is one mouse click. When I click the mouse once, no changes happened. Our second activity is double click the mouse. When I double click the mouse, see, that word has been selected. The word on which the cursor was placed, that word has been selected. Now we can click the mouse 3 times continuously. See, now that line has been selected. Now I am placing the cursor here on the word little. When I click the mouse once, no changes happened. When I click the mouse twice, that word has been selected. When I click the mouse 3 times continuously, that line has been selected. So this is our second activity. You have to fill that table given in your textbook. Then our third question is, there are different ways to copy a portion of the text in a page and paste it elsewhere. You can use whichever method you are familiar with. Now select the text to be copied and click the right button of the mouse on it. What are the steps to be followed? Write them down. So you can use whichever method you are familiar with in order to copy a portion of the text and paste it somewhere else. So this activity also we will do in our class, but you have to write the steps of that activity in your notebook as your homework. Now our third activity is copying and pasting a portion of the text. You can use whichever method is familiar to you and you can write down the steps in your notebook. How to do that? First of all, you have to select the text to be copied. For that, bring the mouse pointer at the starting, click and drag it till the end of the text that we have to copy, we can right click the mouse and we can select this copy option, or we can click on this copy tool. Then how to paste it elsewhere? Bring the cursor to the position where we have to paste the copied text. Then either we can right click the mouse and we can select this paste option, or we have a paste tool here in the toolbar. When I click on that, the copied text is pasted here. This is how we can copy and paste a portion of the text. So you have to write down the steps of this activity in your notebook. So we have revised all the topics of chapter 1. I hope all of you are clear with the topics. We'll start our second chapter in next class. So see you next class. Bye.